Hey guys, it's Joe and welcome to Hustle and Grind. It's Sunday and our guest today is Anthony from Pound It Sports. Anthony, how are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm excellent. I know my connection is kind of weak today, so if all of a sudden I freeze you guys, Anthony is just going to run with it. He's here to tell us great things about MLB today. First game we're going to talk about, Tampa Bay Rays and the Rangers. Now, Tampa is the favorite at minus 126. The Rays plus 118. Over under is sitting at 8. What are you liking in this matchup?
So this game is pretty obvious. I mean, if the Rangers are just struggling, but when you really look at it, and that's what I like to do. I mean, when you look at the pitchers and you look at the teams, Rays automatically, not so fast. The Rays are 22-10 on the road. I love that stat. Love it. They're also, I don't know if a lot of people know this one. They're 24-8 on the run line.
Wow, that's huge.
Yeah, at overall 24-8. That's awesome. Today's going to be a bullpen game for the Rays, and they're going to start off with Michael Wacha, probably about 2 or 3 innings, and then you're probably going to see some. I mean, I don't know exactly who's going to be pitching, but I have an idea. But you're going to be looking at about 5 or 6 pitchers today through the bullpen. And if anyone knows the Rays good enough, they have a really strong pitching staff, a really strong bullpen. And that's what I like the most. And they're also 18-4 in their last 22 games.
I love it.
When you look at the Rangers side, they're really bad on the road, but they're only 14-14 at home. So they're a whole nother team playing at home. There's fans. And they have Dane Dunning on the mound, which on the road, he has a 7.2 ERA. Horrible on the road. But at home, he's a 2.33 ERA. This is going to be a tight game. It's not just going to be a hands-down Rays win type of game. He has 1 start already versus the Rays. He pitched 4 innings, scoreless innings, and then the bullpen blew it, and they lost. So he got a no decision. But what I love this stat, I popped this one up, and this is what really got me to really bet on the Rays today. 0-5 in Dunning's last 4 starts after scoring 2 runs or less the previous game. So, I mean, that's one I really liked. I mean, I just can't touch the Rangers. The Rays should have won this game 1. They had the chance in the top of the 9th. Gibson stopped them the whole game, and the Rays still almost beat them. Yesterday was easy. Rich Hill, 3-0. So I take the Rays all day, every day to take the series 2-3.
Absolutely. Well, you guys heard it here. Anthony is on the Rays at minus 126 over the Rangers today. Let's move on to the Red Sox versus the Yankees. Now, the Red Sox are the underdog at plus 136. I'm seeing Yankees minus 146, and there's an over and under of 9.5 at minus 115. We saw the Yankees yesterday mess up this game in the 8th inning. I was on the Yankees for my free play, and they let me down. So I have a hard time looking at the Yankees at all today. What are you liking in this one?
Well, there's no way I am touching the Yankees today. No way.
Oh, makes 2 of us. That's good.
But I'm also not touching the Red Sox either because German, I mean, I don't know how to pronounce his last name. Sometimes it's a little bit worse than others. But he's actually been really good. But versus the Red Sox, he hasn't been so good. I mean, I never, ever look at stats for a pitcher career starts against a team because they're very misleading. I don't care what a team did 3 years ago versus this team because it's a whole other team, whole other situation. Yeah. But he is 2-1 with a 5.11 ERA in 6 career starts versus Boston. That was even with the bad Boston from last year. You all know how bad Boston was last year. Garrett Richards is pitching for the Red Sox. Oh, my gosh. You got to hear this one. Garrett Richards is 0-5 with an 8.42 ERA versus the Yankees.
I don't like that.
No. But again, he hasn't pitched versus the Yankees this year. That's all misleading stats. Those are previous year stats. I don't care what they did previous year. I don't care what he did last year. I care what he's doing now. And he's been pitching really well this year for the Red Sox. 3.75 ERA. Pitching coach has been working with him. He's kind of found his stuff. He's actually been really reliable for the Red Sox for the most part. But the Red Sox lineup might not be with JD Martinez again today. just like they were out yesterday. And that's why they struggled to beat them yesterday. It took them so long. They had to get to Chad Green. Who knew? Chad Green had been giving up all the runs. But what was it? The Red Sox are 4-1 in their last 5 following a win. Red Sox have been very reliable when in a betting statistic. 6-0 in their last 6 when their opponent scores 5 or more in the previous game. So, I mean, I love the Red Sox, but I'm sorry. I don't love the Red Sox. I like the under. Why?
Okay.
I don't like 9.5. I hate 9.5. Yankees lineup, they're batting 200. I mean, they can't hit. Red Sox, I mean, they're going to be struggling versus German today.
Yeah.
He is a good pitcher, and if I were to bet the Yankees, I'd bet with German, him and Garrett Cole. That's my 2 best guys to bet with following the Yankees. But the under is 4-1 in the last 5 games for the Red Sox, and the under is also 4-1 in the last 5 on the road. I read a stat. It was in a team meeting. I think 3-11 in their last 14 went under the total. Last 14 meetings or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm on under 9.5. I cannot touch 9.5. Not with these 2 teams.
Yeah,
are hitting.
I'm definitely liking the under 9.5. It's great value at -115 for sure. I'm also partial to the Red Sox that +136. I think the value is there. And like I said, the Yankees scare me right now. They seem to do the opposite to what I want in a lot of these games. So I'll be staying off the side, and I'll definitely be taking that under 9.5. We did see it move from 9, so there's a lot of money coming in on that over, and I don't like going with the public either. So.
Yeah, there's nothing. I mean, the wind is not going to be a factor, so weather is not of it. The umpire statistic is not going to be a factor. I mean, there's just nothing that tells me that over except for the career stats, and like I said, I don't look at career stats versus a team. It's irrelevant.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you guys heard it here. So the Tampa Bay Rays at -126. And the under in the Red Sox and Yankees game at -115, and that's a total of 9.5. So you guys, best of luck today. Anthony, thank you so much for joining us here on Hustle and Grind again. It was an absolute pleasure. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day.
You too. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Anytime. Thanks, Anthony.